Hi, everybody. It's Jessica Zemple with Life Shucker from beautiful Galena, Illinois, and we are going to talk about the idea of asking why somebody's asking. Yes. Have you ever thought about that? When somebody asks you a question, we generally answer it because that's what we're taught. And quite honestly, I get excited when I have the answer. And I don't know if that's from grade school because teachers would call on us or wherever it came from, but I get excited. And if the question's about me, I like to share more about me. And anyways, so when somebody asks you a question, I really invite you to slow down and get curious about why they're asking. So, for example, I was at dinner the other night and the question was, how in the world did you move from Minnesota and break free, if you will? Not that I had to break free, not that it was a bad place or anything, but she had a very specific question, and it stemmed from the idea because I had told her that I was one of over 100 people in my family that lives outside of Minnesota. So I kept answering the question, and it was lovely because she got to learn a little bit more about me. And what I learned later is she had a very similar story. And so when she asked that question, she was asking because she had been through that herself. And she related to me. She really knew what I was talking about and was curious about my journey and how it related to hers. And so that would have been a beautiful time for me to get curious and ask her why she's asking, because I already know my stories. As much as I love sharing them, it's really more fun for me to learn about other people. So I missed that opportunity with her and was grateful that it actually came out later in the dinner. So if somebody is asking you a question, whether you're a coach, a leader, a parent, a teacher, a friend, get curious on what that actually means. What's behind it? Because just because you see something a certain way doesn't mean everybody else sees it that same way. And we really don't know how other people are thinking. So, for example, if a little kid asks, "What's for dinner?" you can get curious and say, "What makes you ask?" And they might say, "Well, my tummy hurts," or "I'm really hungry right now," or whatever it might be. And so rather than just answering that specific question sometimes, get curious. Ask them what's behind the question. What makes you ask that question? And see what they have to say. I always am surprised what the answers are because it's always something unexpected and it invites me to keep asking. So slow down, get curious with people, really understand what they're asking, because then you can actually answer the question that they're truly asking. That's another thing, is often people won't actually have the courage to ask what they really want to know. Maybe it's manners or fear or whatever it is. And sometimes they don't even know until you ask more questions. So it's as simple as that. Ask what's behind the question, what makes you ask that question, and see what they have to say. And there will be more tips and tricks from Chuck This Way posted soon. So subscribe to this YouTube channel of Jessica Zemple, and you can download my free ebook at the URL www.lifeshucker.com/shuck-this-way. Ask why they are asking. The answer to most people's question is actually in the question itself. The next time someone asks you a question, instead of answering, ask them, "What makes you ask that?" You may find they are wondering about something totally different than how you were going to answer the question. Often, people are afraid to share what is really in their hearts for a number of reasons. By inviting them to open up, it takes the conversation to a whole new level. You can get my book, Shuck This Way, for free today at www.lifeshucker.com/shuck-this-way for all my coaching tips and tricks to help people shuck their shells open and shine their pearls.